In the name of Jesus, we bring you greetings from the Apostolic Church of Jesus, Hope Center, Safety Harbor, Florida. I am Senior Pastor Janet Hunt Small, and I would like to share with you all on today how to make communion bread. I get so many questions about it, and I'm taking this opportunity to share it with you. I'm so grateful for those mothers of yesteryear that were so faithful and so patient and so loving to take time out just to share. So the gift that they gave me, I want to make sure I pass it on. As we start, we're going to make communion bread. We're going to remove all of our hand jewelry. If we're wearing rings or bracelets or whatever that may slide down, we want to make sure all those things are out of the way as we prepare. Wash our hands. We gather our items. We have our bottled water. We're not going to use all of it, but we want to use everything as pure as possible. We have our bottled water. We have our unbleached flour. This is the best brand I've found out there, and it's very, very good. We have our bowl. You can use a countertop or a cutting board, but your area needs to be very clean. We have our measuring cups that we're going to use in making this bread as well. And we have our shallow bake pan. The amount you use is contingent on the size of your congregation. You have a larger congregation, again, this half cup should suffice. Some are smaller. So we take our half cup and we take a fourth just as our spare. Close that back up and move it out of our way. Put our pan on the stove. Pour our flour into our bowl. Open our water. And you pour enough in not to saturate it, but enough to wet it. Use your finger to stir, and you want to make it sticky. You keep stirring it till it starts getting sticky. And as it's sticky, then you add a little more dry flour. To get sticky. You take it and you work it in your hand. And this is where your extra dry flour comes in. You want to keep moving it around till it gets dry and not sticky to your hands. It's a little messy, but remember, this is the Lord's body. We're preparing it for others to take part in. We're kneading this. Some people may want to use a rolling pin, but I feel the closer you are, or the more things you do with your hands, the closer you feel to God. I ask that you have your mind concentrated on the Lord, that you're thinking about the Lord while you're doing this, because this is all because of God. We're preparing his body for the congregation to partake in the Lord's Supper. So we do this lightly so that we can get the dry and the wet together, and then as you notice, it'll stop sticking to your fingers. And then when you start kneading it out. And this goal is to make sure it's thin and you do it from the center out, this still a little wet. So you add a little more lightly. And if you feel it's too much, you can always break it or pull it apart. But this is what you're doing. You're kneading it and making it ready to bake. You're making a piece of bread, a cake. Your edges, everything has to be thin. And you take your time and you keep kneading it. I've already set the oven for 375, and that's the temperature that we will use, 375. We will place it on the top rack in the oven once we're done. You have to be careful because you don't want to break it or have any cracks or any holes. If so, you have to start over. I see a hole. I see a hole. Because I developed a hole. But as we continue to move forward, I go back to kneading it, making sure all of the edges are thin, and we work from the center. And it's okay because it fell on the cutting board. The cutting board is clean. As long as it doesn't fall on the floor, we drop it on the floor, we have to start all over again. We don't try to shape it. This is how it should look. It's not shaped. We don't cut it to shape to make it cute, but this is the work of our hands. Put a little more powder dust on it lightly. Get off the excess. And then we place it in the pan. And then wash our hands. Make sure those edges are thin and that center is thin. Everything's thin. We don't put oil in it. We just put it in the pan. It has to be thin because it should be able to break easily. If it's thick, it's still wet and it's going to be doughy. The thinner it is, because it's unleavened, it doesn't have any yeast in it, it will not rise. This bread will not rise. But the goal is for it to be thin, to be light brown, and crisp. This is how it should look in the pan. And we make sure it cooks 5 to 10 minutes on each side, but it varies on the size. So you have to stay attentive to it and watch it. I will place this on the top rack in the oven and start my time. It is now completed, so I'm taking it out of the oven. We need to let it cool off. Since we're taking it to church, We want to make sure we have everything we need to make sure it's safe and it gets there without being broken or cracked or chipped. We have our paper towel. We wrap it, not tightly, but just fold it over, make sure it's secure. Then we place it in our foil, give it a little protection. And we just gently touch the ends because you don't know how far it's out. So you have to be careful and feel and cover it. So because I'm at our church, that makes it a little easier for me. You place it in your Ziploc bag, and I can zip this. But again, I'm here at the church. Because I'm at the church, here's our pan that we put our bread in. It has made it to the church safely, so we take it out and put it here. You're so scared. Whoever's officiating, they will go from there. But because this is a demonstration, I want to make sure that you have correctly baked the bread. Consistency, our goal is thin, brown, and crisp. It needs to snap. You break it as small as you like, and however numbers in your congregation, you should have enough pieces. This is the perfect size for communion. That ends my demonstration on how to make communion bread. I pray that this will enlighten you and make you feel a little bit more happy about not going to buy those crackers out the store. You can do it for yourself. Great job.